Hey there, this is CaraSeen, and I have a really cool reading here for you. It took me about a week to kind of sort this one out. Not a week, maybe a good 5 days. I had to do a bit of homework. This one's a little harder for me because I want to not only do a reading for your future spouse, I want to be able to find out their secrets about them. So we might be looking into what type of job that they may have, or how they're dedicated to work, what type of worker they are. Maybe how they dress, what do they look like? Are they romantic, or what type of romance do they like to lead? Who knows? Maybe a type of lover that they are, sexual lover. We're going to get into this involved. So with that said, this is 18 years of older. So 18 plus here, because we're going to be indulging into some secrets about the new man. All right. So who's your future spouse? Let's have a little reading and find out about him. You can choose from pile 1, 2, 3, or 4. For your shield maidens out there, you can choose this one here. We have the Celtic band with 2 wolves on each side of a centerpiece, and they have aquamarine gemstones throughout it. Pile number 1. Pile number 2, this is a sigil that is used for protection. It was originally used for at sea, for navigation and for protection for the gods, but we're not really sea bearing as well anymore, so it's now known as protection. And this one is Icelandic, but with the 2 Odin's ravens here as well, and Celtic adornment on each side. Pile number 2, we have this unique piece for pile number 3. And this one has Latinish inscriptions. I'm not going to get into it right now, as well as it has the zodiac on here. And it collapses into a normal ring. So maybe that person may be a little bit different that's starting after that. Pile number 3. Pile number 2. It's a simple one raven, one of Odin's ravens. Neat piece. Number 3. So you can choose from the wolves, from the 2 ravens, from the neat orbital piece, or from the singular raven, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Timestamps are below, and you can fast forward to there, and let's have some fun. Let's find out now about your future spouse and what's he's like. Hey there, this is CaraSeen. We picked pile number 1. We're going to have some fun here. This is the first time I've done a reading like this, but I had a lot of questions to kind of cover, and it took me about 5 days to design this. So I'm going to have it as if your future spouse isn't sitting in front of me, yet I'm telling you. So the terminology is going to be kind of off. So if I don't get he, she, they right, I stand corrected now. A lot of this will come in through a little bit as channeling here as well, too, which what I get from this ring here is someone who is of wealth, and they've worked very, very hard for their wealth, actually. Even if they were born into wealth, they take quite a bit of pride in their business, their attire, their family, how they look, what they want their future family to look like. They've had a lot of thought into everything that they do. They dress very, very well. Not only dress for success, that line goes here, but even if they're an owner in a construction business, off-duty times or going to a meeting to find out a future contract, they are going to be dressed for success. They don't come in like a slob. They do the hair, they have a shower, they have, wear the clothes, look the part, be the part, not just act the part. I'm not a personal believer in fake it till you make it bullshit. I believe your actions speak louder than words. And it's okay to say I'm new in that, because someone is going to pick you up when they see how hard you're working. This guy is not a fake it till you make it dude. He is goal oriented. He's an action. He's a doer. He's an alpha male. I feel he's highly ambitious guy. Definitely pick the wolves. He's going to come off as a lone wolf. He may like to have his accreditation to him only. He's definitely dominant in testosterone. He's a straightforward, tough-minded dude. Very, very decisive. He values logic over pixie dust kind of thing, but yet he'll seem to go after the pixie dust type of girl. He's not easily swayed by emotions. He absolutely enjoys competition. And he's a daring dude. He doesn't mind. He's all about. He doesn't mind risks, you know, by taking them that he could possibly succeed upon. No, not beyond his dreams, because he's probably invented those dreams and he's fallen a long path. That'd be a silly word to use with that guy. So I'm going to start off with the Rider Deck Tarot, and then we're going to get into 3 different types of Oracle. And then I have the custom 9 Worlds also here, rune cards. And let's just grab a feel. This is going to be new for me, and I'm excited. Okay, definitely a dominant dude. I definitely see that here. He doesn't mind being a very, very protective. He doesn't mind refusing to not budge based on a really positive principle. He's about sticking to his guns. He's definitely a defender, protector. I keep feeling that. He's got the confidence to say no. He's got the strength against adversaries. When he has any opposition or people coming in, he can deal with it hands down. He's got a way about them that can talk, and he's not the salesman type at all. Definitely not the salesman type. He's just has a way with words, and he's got a way with dealing things. He's highly detailed and takes pride in it. Like, I feel a lot of intuitive with him, Pisces energy. With the detail that he likes, he'll also show that off to you too. Like, you may have mentioned something on a first date, and then you'll see him like a month later hanging out, and he'll actually throw it out there to let you know that you may have said those couple words in one sentence, and he'll let you know that he heard it, and he'll make sure you pride him and take, oh, that's wonderful, thank you. Like, wow, that's really cool that you remember that. I only mentioned that once and in one sentence and conversation from a month ago, and I was wondering if you wondered that. There's little things that women throw out to see if they'll notice. This person is going to notice. He's definitely in a position that he'll stand his ground and assert his power. Like, he'll assert his authority, he'll assert his confidence. Like, he is, I don't feel a control freak. When it comes to his business, it's not a control freak thing. It's just what he needs to go by. You might have invested some time and energy. He might be a little combative at times. Kind of a little, what am I looking for? He likes to quarrel, but it's not a negative, because he just likes competition. So just remember just to kind of take that in stride. Now, he's got a destiny about him, this guy. He's got the Wheel of Fortune here. This is about luck. This is about turning points. Hands down, this is a destiny card. It also can represent karma. But this is good karma with this person. Each moment is like a new beginning with this man when you're with him. He loves to explore, and he loves to learn new things. The only one thing that's consistent with him is absolute change itself. He likes change. He likes the synchronicity of coincidence. You're going to feel like you're being swept with the water, with the tide when it comes to this guy. It's going to feel sometimes overwhelming, and it's just absolutely exciting. Could this guy be true? He really will take care of you. If you want to stay at home and take care of the home, and if you have the children, or your 2 families that come together with children, he actually would love that. One thing I remember one of my friends said, he would love to have someone who stays at home. But he goes, as long as his dinner's on the table, he goes, that would just make him happy. Coming home and having his dinner ready, he goes, that alone, he goes, above and beyond anything else that your full-time job at home would be. He goes, that would just make his day after a long day, whether good or bad. This is about opportunity knocking on the door. And this is about taking advantage of a chance. This guy's it. if you like the alpha style guy, if you like the take control guy. It's pretty rare that these men do like an alpha female, so if you consider yourself one, this is not going to be a good match, and I would reckon to check out one of the other 3 piles. Each pile actually has a different temperament about them, so it's pretty neat, just by going off what I channeled from the rings. He's definitely an unpredictable guy. When it comes to the relationship, he likes stirring it up. He likes kind of showing off what kind of things he can do and what he's noticed about you. He definitely has a lot of control over his feelings and thoughts. He doesn't like being pushed around or pulled. So don't play any games with this guy. There's no drama, no bullshit. If there is drama and bullshit, you're going to be dumped pretty quick. He'll tolerate certain things about you if there is a bit of drama, but only because you amuse him. You know, there's a lot of laughter or something, or things that you do. Like, again, he'll even though he is not the head in the clouds, pixie and fairy dust negotiator type of lover, you know, he's the director. He's dominant. You know, he's the dude that likes to take care of. So he's going to go after a softer, littler female for sure. They do like women that can definitely run with them. So if you are athletic like them, if you're like to be busy, that's some way that's going to catch him off guard and catch his confidence. They're pretty rare, like I was saying, they go for alpha females, but when one catches their attention, wow, it blows their socks off. Because this guy's got a sexual prowess about him. He's successful at work, at home, and in the bed. Like, this guy is 110% in everything he does. He's highly sexual. Even in the bedroom, he wants victory. So he's going to be highly adventurous. He'll take risks in the bedroom. You're going to go on mental and physical journeys with this guy that is going to blow your mind. And if you bring a lot to the table with him, like I said about having a little alpha female flavor that he's not used to, that is going to raise his eyebrows and catch his attention. That's going to be really, really cool. In the bedroom, this guy is all about you, because he's all about being the best. So if he wants to be the best, he's got to please the woman. That's what he figured out. He's the type of cat that he holds the door open for you when you walk into a restaurant, not because he's being a gentleman. He learned that later on by doing it so much that it became a habit, and he's a gentleman now because of it. But he actually likes holding the door open for you so you walk in first, so he can watch the room watch you. He loves that. I find him possessive dude, but not a jealous guy. He just likes to see, wow, who is that guy with that beautiful date? That is what cranks him. He's like, yeah, that's right. They're checking out my girl, and I'm with her. Me, I win. He's that type of, he likes to show you off. Definitely. Yeah, look at this. We have the peacock card. And the butterfly spirit. The transformation in him that's been happening is so cool. You have already reached him at, it says the transformation is beautiful. Peacock spirit, let it shine. He has the mouse spirit, says tend to the small things. And the grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Well, there's not a single caterpillar in this picture. You're catching him, this crown that's in the picture, and all these butterflies that are coming out here from the center of this butterfly. He is king. He is already metamorphed. He has already gone through a transformation. He has already gone through the battles and the bullshit. And he's already warded off and protected himself from any more past dramas. And he is the butterfly. And like I was saying with this ring, he likes to look good. You know, he's got the peacock spirit, and why not? He's earned it. So he's definitely not a conceited man. He is, so some people may think him as a little arrogant or stand up and may not care, but he's just proud of what he's made. And he's not, look at me, look at this, look at that. He's like, I've made this jewelry. I love showing it off and wearing it. I love this one because of how it makes me feel. I've made this one too, but I don't, you know, it's the colors, whatever. And I got to get them because I worked hard and I got to buy the beads for them. It's just little things like, yeah, that looks cool. I can afford this now. That's how he goes about things. The mouse spirit, tending to the small things. He's very, very detail oriented. This little mouse is so delicate, standing on these very, very delicate flowers. He will spoil you. He will bring you flowers. He actually is that really, really, really romantic guy that will bring little gifts and little adornments or little tiny little necklaces with these beautiful little diamonds. You know, just something tiny or little things you may notice, or you might have walked through a store one day, this antique store, and you're like, wow, I remember my grandmother used to have one of those spoons. And then you might get a tea set one Christmas and it might have that one spoon that you noticed. He will go back and he will remember. It's just a really, really cool cat that way. The grasshopper spirit, taking a leap of faith. He's highly successful and he's highly dominant. He's got the king crown on him. There's a crown, there's a crown, there's the crown. Let me find another crown. Anyway, that's a lot of crowns so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. He is king, he is emperor. You know, and there's going to be that energy about him. Some things you're just going to let him have to do. And you're going to have to find your own things to do. And if you need to have that control, then find your own things you can control and do. Because he just wants to take care of business for you. Confidence is your key to success. This is for him, New Moon in Leo. You and your loved ones are safe. New Moon in Cancer. Back with that, he's a protector. He's going to have a really cool house. And he's going to have the security, the needs. The white picket fence is going to have, it might have some security cameras. That's fine. His hard work is paying off. You and your loved ones are safe. And the confidence is a key to your success. He feels he's built his empire. He's not a metamorphosis. He's already in full transformation. All his hard work is paying off in his efforts. He's backed down from the past. Backed those people down, I meant to say. He's gotten rid of them. He will have a home, a fortress, a castle that is built and ready for you. When he gets married, he may even move you into his home, is what I'm feeling here too. You may not start your own. You may move into his home because this is what he's actually working on. Someday when I have, then this is what it'll be ready for. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your love and your bond deepens. Unrecruited love. There's not enough attraction and chemistry to keep this relationship going, and I feel that is what here is taking a leap of faith and from the quarrels that has happened from his past, okay? And he's transferred and he's moved on, so I'm not worried about this card because I see nothing else in here. These would all go together. I see nothing else in here. Sorry, these would all three go together. I don't see anything else in here that would cause any worries and harm. Have there's any other dude between you two. Someone from your past is returning from your life. This is talking about you. You may know this person. So this spouse, you may already have met them. If you're looking at this to get who is my future spouse kind of reading, remember this reading is for him. So you guys have found each other. Now you're in the getting to know each other stage and reveal little things about each other. Now you don't have to relate some secrets, but tell about things from your childhood and tell about things when you guys used to know each other and bring up fond memories like, oh my gosh, do you remember that when you blew the cafe, chocolate milk out of your nose when we were there and you were trying to pick up this hot chick? Yeah, anyway. Could have been silly anecdotes from when you were younger. It could have been like, oh, I remember when you were at work and you did this, and just bring it out. tell about some, maybe tell a little bit of secrets. When you do that, it creates like they're sharing that secret with you, and you're creating more trust and love. I think this guy is absolutely amazing. If you like this type, whew, this is sure my type. Except I'm the alpha female, so this is a type that I'm quite attracted to, that I can never absolutely find, because they're usually with the more beta omega females. So for those of you that get one of these guys, congratulations to you. Initiation here. We have diplomacy, ability, control over this situation. Protection is assured. This is about intuition, a stroke of genius, winnings. This is from the Dance of Fate, and you got the Fate card here too. And this is a protection card again. This is a protector. He's going to take... So if you're needing that in your life, where you've maybe had things in the past or someone in the past, or you just have that paranoia reels his ugly head sometimes, but it's nice to have a protector to bring down that head and cuddle right into his arms, This card here, this one is about resilience, help, shield, impulse, recovery. This can be overcome, protection granted, and the power of defense. And last but not least, partnership here. This is divine gift from the gods and talent, burden, hospitality, generosity. This is reward and winnings and fortune, and the gift is reciprocated. Talent successfully applied, deterioration and crisis for those undeserving. A foretold betrayal. This is partnership. This is what he's dealing with. So I think he is finished and what's going on from his past. He's taken a leap of faith. He's moving forward, and you guys know each other. I think you have given him hope, and you have given him a fresh eye-opener, what he is not used to. And I really want to thank you for that. I think that's really, really, really cool of you. And that's what he really needed. You helped him in the final stage of healing, not even knowing that, because he was already in full transformation with the butterfly spirit, and you have rocked and caught him in his full peacock spirit. It's almost like I could read this from taking a leap of faith. It's like your first date. He knows relationships. You're finding the butterfly spirit with him, and now you're seeing the true and fully of him. I see an amazing future with the both of you. And if you've chosen this guy, and I think you know him already, I'm pretty 100% you know him already. Hang on, baby girl. Even Google if you have to. Find out like everything you can to keep an alpha man. And he is a keeper. He is one that I would spend the rest of your life with. And look at that heart shine through. Right when I said that, my eyes were drawn to how, look at the heart coming out with the light from the peacock. There's so much love. It's just shining, and it's going to be lighting you up. Oh, this guy's an amazing match for you. I just want to say, if you do need, I was thinking, if you do want a little bit more clarification on your journey towards your future spouse, I'll include the link below on a video that I made about future spouse, and that video can give you probably a little bit more answers as well. And that might be a really cool way to finish up this video. Like actually would pretty much be close to each other, what you can do towards your future spouse. This one was for him. That one might be towards you or him a bit more. I hope you enjoyed this. Throw a little comment below. I need some more ideas for pick cards. So throw me a comment below. Tell me what pile you picked here today. And thank you so much for watching. It was an honor to read for you. Okay, this is pile number 2. And this is the ring that has the protection symbol on it. And those of you who picked this one, there's got to be a reason. Maybe this guy needs a little bit more halo wrapped around his arse. We have the 2 of Odin's ravens that are protective over him as well, and watching or reporting back to his daily duties. Bringing in a little information on this guy. He's got a lot of adventure in him, a lot of spontaneity, a lot of fun. He's got high levels of dopamine in him for sure. And because of these high levels of dopamine, he's a thrill seeker. He also seeks a playmate in their lover, and life is like one great big adventure. And he's just like, can't even wait for you to join him. He wants another explorer with him. He wants, like, his ideal type of lover would be explorer lover. When these two lovers would come together, this is like magic in the jungle, baby. This guy likes possibly dress very simple, not a lot of patterns. I see athletic gear. I see some kind of... he definitely likes to hike, like he may even scuba dive, skydive. But he definitely likes to hike, so he's definitely will have some jackets that may have show that kind of gear. Brand name mountain climbing gear, brand name gear. He's definitely waiting for another explorer lover here. Yeah. So what we're going to be doing here, I'm going to read from the first 3 tarot deck, and then we're going to bring in some oracle cards. And then I have the 9 Worlds custom rune cards here that'll give us a final message on him. And we're going to read a little bit into him, and we're going to kind of make it like, you know, he's sitting right here and I'm doing a reading for him, but I'm going to be telling you. So it's kind of, so don't mind my he, she, they if I don't say it right. It's just more about I'm trying to get it out and what channeled through here. And we'll go from there. All right. Page of Cups, Love card, King of Swords, Page and a King next to each other, next to the Hermit, getting over a relationship he is. The King of Swords, he's an older guy with the Page of Cups with a very lighthearted, very, very young at heart guy, extremely young at heart. Page of Cups is about delivering messages of love. Even the waters here are calm. King of Swords, there's a butterfly energy. He's transformed. He's ready for you. There's no caterpillars here in the picture or showing the butterflies of movement. It shows a butterfly here with the waxing and waning moon. So it's the transition is complete. Okay, the Page of Cups here. He is not only an explorer, a highly adventurous dude, he is with someone who proclaims and stands. If you notice the picture, is just like, I just want to like give you a bow is what I just felt there. He's romantic. That's why my hand just went like that. He wants to give you a bow. There's so much love that is like from the, even with the, what would you call the fish in his cup coming out. He's got so much love in his cup, a fish can survive in it alone with the abundance of love he has here. He has new beginnings of the white flowers, metamorphing into idealize of lots and lots of love. What I'm trying to say is also with romance, he's highly sensitive. He's a sensitive little guy, okay? Not a little guy, because he could be like really tall dude. Like taller than life with the King of Swords. Like this is a stature of a guy that has presence. Like he's got big hands, big dude, tall guy. Page of Cups. It's about showing his feelings, being offered love or romance. This is a guy that trusts his intuition. He's got a younger, imaginative way of looking at things, but many creative ideas. He's very lighthearted, and he's definitely a flirt. Oh my gosh, he's a flirt. He's a daydreamer. He loves the beginnings of love affairs. He loves how they feel. He loves how it makes the useful energy come in. only thing the Page of Cups is, like all pages, he indicates really youthful energy. That the love at its most romantic or idealized kind of thing, he's all about the youthful experience. He's kind of very childish at heart. But he's not immature because he has the King of Swords, who is larger than life, right next to him. So he is probably an older guy. He's probably taller. Even if you're a tall girl, he's probably going to be taller than you. He's going to be larger than life. He's very intelligent. He's got the intellect card with the romance card. So we have the youthful energy with the older guy kind of thing, which is pretty nice to have, no matter what age of female you are. Super flirtatious guy he is. He's very lighthearted. Once upon a time, his earlier days of romance were pretty intense, and they weren't reciprocated as much, so he has backed off somewhat. He is getting older, but when you do get for him, it is very, very thought out and very, very thoughtful. I don't think you're going to receive a lot of flowers from him all the time, but when you do get, it's very, very thoughtful, and it probably means a lot more than getting once a week, once a month, versus every once in a while. It's just so nice. Just an extra "I love you, I'm thinking of you" is what it finds for him. This is about new romance with him. Yeah, this is about playing and having fun with this guy. This guy, my suggestion would be take your time. He is going to be a little bit more sensitive. He's only sensitive to you behind closed doors, because with his King of Swords badassery card here, he's very direct, he's very just, he's very assertive, he's very analytical. I mean, he has a butterfly above him, for crying out loud. He's already been there, done that, transformed years ago. This is who he is now. He gets a grip with any situation. He's got high standards, he's got fair judgment. He's very, very intelligent. He's very sure of himself and has a very, very big grasp of knowledge and intellect in his armory. He's highly principled. And he represents just a lot of powerful energy with this suit of cards here. He's a king. He has made his kingdom. Yeah, that's all kind of what I get from there. Now the Hermit card, he is an introvert dude. He's building his empire on his own, so to speak. He's more about the 9-to-5 job, trading time for money, and then doing his own thing on his own time and getting all his balance through that way. He is a determined dude, but he's got, he's easy to detach himself from people and have discretion. The Hermit does talk about withdrawing, and that could go with his sensitivity and not wanting to bother. He likes to have his after work, after school hobbies kind of gig. He searches a lot for inner wisdom. I think he's not only with his sensitivity, he's a very spiritual person, highly intuitive, highly intelligent dude. And I think a lot of people don't recognize that in him, because he also chooses to stay away from a lot of humans. So if he allows you in his life, it's pretty cool, man, because he doesn't allow a lot in. He likes seeking the truth at all costs. He might be a conspiracy theorist dude and just likes to watch some YouTube vids on his own time. But he's always searching, and he's always likes to find out answers for his questions. So he'll ask you a lot of questions, and sometimes they're conversations can feel absolutely amazing, because he is asking lots about you. Remember to ask lots about him too. It'll really catch his attention. Let's move on to our oracles here and see what else we could see with this guy. Vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. Yeah, he is a spiritual person. By finding his work, he's might be into recycling more, More environmental, dude. Whale spirit. There's that seeking knowledge and inner, excuse me, I got the hiccups. See, inner wisdom with the hermit here as well. Trust the great mystery. Nothing is wasted. The skunk spirit is telling about knowing your worth. The skunk is on a beautiful daisy, ever so delicately, right? They are a cute little creature, and their faces are just bloody adorable. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that didn't make any sense for the reading, but oh, they're just so cute. Canary spirit, sing your own song. I see this guy's been hurt in the past. He needs to know that he is king. He needs to know his worth. He hasn't been wasting his energy, but he has been wasting it a little bit on the past, but he's not wasting it on drama anymore. He's not wasting it on, he's going to be very decisive when he meets you, and you'll know if he wants you or not. And when you, obviously, when you meet him, this will be your dude, because this is your future guy. He's going to pick you, and it's going to be like, okay, yeah, boom, 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 boom. She hits the criteria, she hits this love, and oh my God, I love her smile. I can't stop thinking of her smile. He takes everything in about you. He's very detailed in that manner, and he likes to remember many little your quirks and isms about you. I think because of his his sensitivity with that, he does stay a little more secluded. So when he's out, he's exploring and having a good time and adventuring, but it's on his own terms. Look at the bigger picture he got. Step out of your comfort zone. Luck is on your side. You know, stepping out of his comfort zone and meeting you and saying, this is something new I need. It's exciting. This is about right under know your worth and trust the great mystery of the wisdom. Stepping out of his comfort zone and just trusting it in what he sees in you. Looking at the bigger picture from the outside and understanding that his hurts from the past of now to sing his own songs, they're in the past. And luck is on his side now, and he's going to be getting through this, and what he's seeing with you is just amazing. And he's kind of, he's feeling that little bit, what if, you know, this and this and this has happened to me before, or this, am I going to get this again? Is the same crap going to happen again? But he just really needs to take that leap of faith and trust within himself that you are the one. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And he got the honeymoon, enjoying the bliss of having time together. Now, codependency, I don't want you to get freaked out and be scared that the first thing this card says is addictions are affecting your romantic life. Obviously, drugs and alcohol are going to be up there, but let's go right down to get off your fucking phone. You could be absolutely, you know, what would you say? You could be doing it yourself kind of thing. But I feel with this one, the codependency is for someone that has been hurt in the past. Sometimes he looks to a new girlfriend or a new person in their life to help them make them happy, when he should make himself feel happy first, and then you make other people happy around you by feeling that. You don't expect, never expect that by being around this person. Obviously they make you happy, but because of that person, they're making you happy, not making yourself happy on your own first. So just something to watch for with this guy, that it is a codependency on the person he is with at that time. You must get back to his explorer side and make sure that he has lots of his own things that make himself happy, like his hobbies, his extremeness, his funness. He needs to have something that is only for him, that gives him the reward back for him, and that's fine. And then you have things you guys can rock together. Expressing your love, go ahead and make that romantic gesture. He's a little shy with you. He is just a little bit. And it's going to make you giggle, and it's going to make you adore him even more. You may need to make that first move a few times with him, and then he will be totally cool. And usually guys that are super shy, A couple of my buddies that are shy, they said, yeah, they'd always have to wait for the chick to make the first move, and then once they do, then they relax, and then he can make any move anytime. It's kind of funny. There is a honeymoon coming for you guys. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Your angels are watching over you in divine guidance, even rowing the boat for you, I see here. I think this is going to be awesome with the two of you. Now this is about ownership, this rune here. This is Orthelia. And this is about homestead possessions, home assets, inheritance, family traditions, and learning from the past. And it's giving you a little good luck. And that's, I think, oh my God, luck is on your side. You got this one here, and this one says, right, it says on it, good luck. The next one he pulled is disruption. This is about hail formation, sacrifice, caution, worries, damage, depths, unexpected, and it's called Hagless. Water, life, energy, balance, introspection. This one's is called flow, and this one's about water, and it goes with the cup of water card here. It's about subconscious medicine, spirituality. There's his sensitivity again with the spirituality, tribulations, and this is about humiliation, disagreement to overcome. This is going with the flow. Now I think a lot of these cards here pertain to him with his past. So he needs to take ownership of the self-destructive behaviors that were happening before with his codependencies. He's now choosing to go with the flow, using the water element, using the water energy. He's more of his emotional side. He's more empathic now. He has come definitely a long way. You are catching him at a really great time. The only work you're going to have to do with him as a female to a male, or female to your masculine female, is to make sure they have their own hobbies. They love to do things with you. They need things to do with you together, but they need to have at least one thing that they have, their own thing that they do, their own thing that they love, things that they only get reward from themselves, that makes them happy. Get them playing hockey. Get him out there, maybe, I don't know, join a medieval club, join a soccer club, join a biker dad's club, do something that is going to give him reward that is just for him and him alone, and that is going to get that codependency card away from him and make sure he creates his own happiness, and that's going to give you so much more, or else you're going to be finding you're going to be giving him a lot more energy. We don't want that to happen. You don't need to give someone energy for them to have energy to give to you. It makes no sense, and you've done it before, haven't you? We all are guilty of that. So all in all, this cat is going to be one heck of a spouse, man. I think you're going to have a blast together. And it was absolute honor reading for you. Thank you so much for watching. Actually, you know what you could look into that I think would play off this quite well? I'm going to include a link in here below, and it's Journey Towards My Future Spouse. I think this might clarify up or answer a few more questions if you feel things are a little unopened in this reading for you. And if you check out that link below, that's going to help you give some more answers. It's going to be more a little bit to do with you. And your journey towards your future spouse, and this one was all about him. And of course you're in this reading too, like he's met you. So if he hasn't met you yet, it's going to be very, 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 very soon, and he's ready for you. Like, all these cards don't show conflict, they don't show trials and tribulations, they don't show a bunch of crap. He is, and I'll show you here the butterfly right above the King of Swords. He's ready for you. He's transformed. He's good to go. Nothing to train, nothing to do. He's an older guy. Nothing you have to deal with except just love him with all your heart and soul. All right, dudes, dudettes, it was an honor reading for you. I'm going to go on to the next one. Thank you so much. All right, we have pile number 3. We have one of the most magical ring that I have. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. in this ring with Latin is saying, and it has all the astrology signs. So this is someone who is definitely that thinks outside the box. There's a reason why you chose this ring. This is someone who's very, very kind. They have a lot of empathy, possibly a lot of sensitivity as well. Not emotional wise, I think more spirituality wise. They seek a soulmate in their lover. They are outside the box when they're thinking, when they're connecting, when they're bringing people together, when they're in leadership roles. I can't stress that enough. They really do put themselves in other people's shoes and think outside the normal realm of thought process. They have an absolute vivid imagination. They're possibly an artist of sorts. If they don't do it for work, then they probably definitely have a good creative outlet at home or with friends. They're definitely your best friend. They're definitely someone that is really, really cool. If they don't have their creative outlet at work, they have an extreme balance in their life, and you could be part of that balance. That's really, really cool. Let's see what we have going on here. We're pulling, the first thing is the Ten of Cups. That's awesome. They're looking for family values. All right. Then we'll get into the oracle cards here, and then we'll read these ones, which are custom cards. They're made for me, and they're 9 worlds rune cards. Okay, starting off here with the 6 of Pentacles. I'm going to show you something here. The card does look harmonious. As a kindly benefactor is donating his spare cash to one beggar while the other beggar waits in anticipation. That's life, apparently. Like, some get it, some don't, but we can't be generous to everyone, yet the master figure is also carrying on the scales of justice, symbolizing that he has the power to decide and who should receive and who shouldn't. Meanwhile, he's getting approval for his generosity. I don't know if this could mean, like, the unconscious means of wielding power with this guy. So far, it's, he looks, is he good on the outside, but not on the inside? Looks good on paper, but not. Let's read a little bit more. I do feel he is a generous person, but it seems like he really picks and chooses who he decides to give his time to, give his community spirit to, let's say. The Justice card is, there's more scales here in balance. See, this card here can be taken quite a few different ways. And it really, really is a highly ambiguous card. So we have to look at the other cards to determine basically which particular side of the coin we're going to rock on. We're going to leave this one and we're going to come back to this one here in a little bit. Coming into the Justice card, it's going to be a little different here. This is... he definitely takes responsibility for his actions, for his choices. He definitely rocked the decisions very, very well. Very decisive person. He's got the scales in hands here and here. He's very good at looking at both sides of the argument. He is a very equal person. He has a way of, again, of like putting himself in everyone's shoes and then seeing why they're reacting the way they are. And he's probably not a very drama dude. You can just see, he's an onlooker. He can see why people do the things that they do, say the things that they do, and he doesn't react. He doesn't overreact, doesn't underreact. He's just, okay, no problem. He smiles. A lot of fairness about this person. Absolute harmony. Like, both the scales here are in balance, so he's got a lot of balance. He's got a lot of yang to his yang. A lot of yang to his yang. Keep getting a lot of like equality. Seems like just a very, very fair person. Very fair to deal with. But then being with this one here where he may be absolutely fair with you and unfair with someone else, but it's just, he decides, I think it's more like how he decides to spend his energy, his time, and his love on, and some people could see that he's not, it's unfair to them. So, just kind of throwing that out there. When he is emotionally involved, you have his all. I think this card also means when it's talking about a romance, of which we are, it also talks about that he will get what he truly deserves. That a charming, beautiful person is going to be coming into his life, and we can see here this with the Ten of Cards. An absolute celebration here. He's got the house, he's got the family, he's celebrating. The 10 represents completion, so it's completion of a cycle. So whether something was just finishing and he's starting anew, or you're his new, you've caught him like the other two piles of it that I've said too. You've just caught him at a really great time in his life, and he's an empathic dude. He's, like I said, he's a highly intuitive dude, so I wouldn't be opposed to him having a journal or a diary or something where he would write down, or have a journal in his head that he goes to every day. And he has written about you. I think the artist within him has even written poetry about you through songs. We don't have a lot of poets that I know, and where I'm from, unless they hide, but we have a lot of poets through music. I know a lot of people that have expressed through their art, their creative outlets. And when you listen to songs, a lot of songs, like I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but most of their songs is poetry. Like if you really take down Anthony's words, it's really, really cool. It's all broken down into some highly expressive love, man. This person has thought about you, written about you, painted about you, written songs about you. He's like created a cassette tape of love, like a love mix for your first date kind of thing, you know. This is that guy. His generosity of his love and his time is pretty endless when it comes to you. I don't foresee any issues. He's just, you're coming into like a really, really cool time in his life. Very, very cool time. What else can I tell you about him? He's emotionally fulfilled. He's got his shit together. I mean, with the equality of the balance and justice too, like the lover that he's going to be with, it's going to be highly equal. It's going to be highly equal in the bedroom. He's going to like have absolute, wants to make sure you're fully satisfied as well as he. Absolute balance. It's not one or the other. He is committed 100% in every aspect of his life, including the bedroom, including satisfying you, and that makes him very happy. This card here is about family happiness and joy and harmony. This is about promise of more to come even. So even everything he's written down, he's getting, he's receiving, he's affirming it, he's creating it, he's mastering it, and still more is coming to him. The sexual commitment with him too is phenomenal. Like your sex life is going to be absolutely like romance novels should be written by what kind of experience that your guys are going to have in the bedroom. Like absolutely anything's attainable that you two can create together is what I'm seeing. Co-create with the spirit, so you two together is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I think the creative outlet between you two, you could be an artist as well of any medium, even if you're collecting leaves and making cool collage art, to collecting magazines and making cool collage art, to doing full-on paintings of finger painting together while smoking a doobie. Like I see you guys collabing in so much together. The brown spirit. Take the time out. he needs to work within. He seems to be, he's definitely generous with his time. And he needs to take some time out for himself and enjoy the bare energy of hibernation as well. Beginnings, balance. Okay, so the way this, which I was just looking, I had to remember beginnings or balance, of way the spiral turns, and it's balance for him, and he's got balance here and balance here. The other way around is beginnings, new beginnings. But he's got more balance here again. So it's something he needs to watch for too. The co-creation, there's a balance too, the co of the two. Be here now with the hummingbird spirit and taking the time out. I think these two together are very important for him to slow down a little bit in his life and take some time out again. I keep saying, I keep reading that over and over and over and over again. And I think it's just slowing down in his work and finding that balance. I think when he meets you, you're his excuse to slow down. And he's going to surrender now with the moth spirit. And geez, just what I just said. He's going to surrender to you. I think you are his balance. You are the one where he has excuse now to slow down a lot more at work and realize he doesn't need to be there all the time. That he has someone to distract him now. He's using work before to distract him and have his balance. And now he's got you again. Or you again. Why did I say that? Oh, have you guys met each other before? Maybe you've been together before. A personal issue reaches a resolution, full moon in Cancer. Conclusions are within reach. Nothing yet is set in stone. Conclusions are within reach. Personal issues reaches resolution. I think his personal issue reaches a resolution in full moon in Cancer when he's taken this time to come out here. The card was under... Yeah, when he's taken the time out and he meets you, I think his personal issues of workaholism and working too hard. He seems to have balance in so much other things in his life, but he doesn't have the balance when it comes to work related. It might have exhausting himself a bit more. Concluding after meeting you that he does realize that he does need to be in the here and the now and slow down. And he's going to be making those choices that by slowing down, working a little bit less, he's going to be making a little bit less money, but his heart, his happiness, and being with you is more important than making that dollar. He's still going to be very well off, and he still has everything planned out, as you can see here. Nothing yet is set in stone, and and he needs to not worry that in the future, that if he decides to slow down, a little less money coming in, that there's still other outlets and other venues, and he can bring in resources. And he's forgetting that you're also, without saying, well, you're a resource too. You're resourceful. You're resourceful for love. You're a resource for also bringing in money if you have a full-time job as well, or part-time. You know, it's a mutable moon, what it's saying. Straight up wedding. Oh my goodness. So straight up, you two. There's the wedding card. Retreat. Oh my God. Love. Oh my God. New love. All right. New love. In his cards, this is you. It says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And then the wedding card. This situation involves marriage. Retreat. And there's it's time to disconnect from the world and retreat. Like you're going on a honeymoon. There's the new love. Oh my goodness. He's down on one knee. So romantic, this guy. And the place where he proposes to you is somewhere where it's going to be catching you off guard. You're going to be in your everyday gear. He's going to be to the nines. You're not going to be expecting it because he is awesome and he can surprise you. It's going to catch you off guard and you least expect it. You may or may not like that, but That's just the way he's going to roll with you. He wants it to be romantic and retreat. A time like this is the two of you are just getting, if you have a family that's bringing together, this retreat and this honeymoon is just going to be the both of you. Even if you head to the mountains and just drive 3 hours from town to get away, it's what you both need. Oh my goodness. What a way to end a reading. I also have another link you can check out, and it's Journey Towards Your Future Spouse. And if you need a little bit more information, a little bit more clarity in what's shaken down with your new spouse here too, you can go to there. I'll include the link below for you as well. Let's check out your rune cards. You got Manez, Urez, and Ingwas, also known as Ing. Now Manez represents myself, basically. This represents man, human being. This is also a guy that needs to meditate a bit more. His influence. He suffered a bit, but he's certain that there's going to be certain leads to victory with this guy here. There's a possible betrayal in love, which he has gone through. And that's why he's been a little bit hesitant with you and needs to learn to be in the here and the now. I think with his past hurts and past relationships, he used work to keep busy, keep distracted, get over, get on, keep moving. And now he needs to remember to get out of that thought process. And the Strength card here is going to give him just that of the Urets. This is a primordial force. This is freedom, power, and frenzy. This is a conquest. This is progress, courage. And this is a risk of failure. And he'll take it. Because he has created an outline of what he wants to have in his life. So when he sees you, it's not taking that leap of faith. He's just, when he sees you, he'll know. You'll know. This card here, Ingwas, is about expansion. It's about fertility, hearth, construction, shelter, yield, good investments, a hidden relationship, pleasures, luxury, expansion, protection. This is amazing. He has the human being, the meditation himself card, owning his own strength and is expanding his love for you. I'm very, very, very excited for you. I would love for you to shoot me a comment below and tell me about this guy, because I think you already know him. This is new love, but you guys are ready. You both are older. You know what you want. I think go for it. I think in this time, you don't need to make the first move. He will, and he's going to surprise you. It's been an honor to read this for you. I want to thank you very much for watching. I'm really, really excited for you, and I think you already know this person. And this is some kind of love. This is beautiful, beautiful love. And I don't see any quarrelsome. I don't see any negativity. I don't see anything you have to work together to get your love. I don't see things that he needs to work on. In a negative outlet that he needs to, before all this stuff can happen. No. I think just by meeting you, I think it's going to slow him down as it is. If you guys have already met, he is slowing down without you aware of it, and he's preparing to have a little bit more life for himself. And it includes you. So I think that's pretty cool. Again, thank you so very much for watching. Have a great one. Okay, we have group number 4. The simplest of rings, and one of my favorites too. Actually, they're all my favorites, but I really love this ring. This is just one simple bird. I call it my raven. And one thing is really cool. I think what I've been doing here is, with all the other cards, I've been channeling with each of the rings, and I'm going to give you a little insight before we get into the cards of what this cat is about. He's got builder energy. He seeks a helpful lover. He seeks a relaxed lover, more of a social family. He's very community oriented, but yet a country boy. He's steady. He's definitely a planner. That comes with a builder personality. He likes rules and traditions, and that's going to come with definitely the family values with him. The only thing he needs to be careful is when he's with someone that is too like-minded, or they're both the same type of lover personalities. They both may not like being right. Builders don't always, they like to have their ideas and put it forth. You think about it, if they're building a house. They know the structure, they got foundation, they got the walls, they got the roof. They know what order has to come in, and they don't, and their way has been worked on for a while, so their way or the highway. This guy soars. He's really an incredible person. He has an incredible creative outlook when he's able to look anything, whether he's a corporate dude to working in construction, his outlook is phenomenal. He's got a really cool way of going about things that most people don't. And a lot of people get drawn to him. There's a lot of people that flock to him. He's got very magnetic personality. Careful not to feel jealous around him. People are just drawn to him in general because of his personality. So if some chicks are kind of around him, it's not due to they're all swooning. Some of them are. Don't be jealous. But that's because they're not all like, oh, go gaga around him. They're just, it's his personality. So just sit back and enjoy the show. That's all that I can get from that right now. Let's hop into the tarot cards here. Oh, well, I wasn't expecting to get this one off the hop. So we're going to have to really dig in. Oh. And there's our builder dude. I wasn't expecting to get this off the hop. And those that you know, the Three of Swords. It's about loss, regret, breakup even. I've been kind of starting at this card or this card tonight, but I think we're going to start at the Three of Swords here and indulge. We may have to pull some other cards around it, I believe, and then we're going to, I'm a little bit shocked because this is supposed to be future husband here. So if you're found him, working towards him, let's find out a little bit more into what, you know what, I'm going to get some help here. I'm going to pull these ones here first. Reclaiming his power, a rebirth is assured, life is speeding up, miracles are endless. Okay, I'm feeling it. We're getting to the heart of the matter here. Pun intended. The Three of Swords basically it's got a wide variety of meanings. It's like any double-edged swords, you must apply the interpretation to the current situation. So it depends on what's beside. We're going to go beneath as well, reclaiming his power. To the side of him, miracles are endless. He needs to trust. And we'll get into these ones here in just a moment. The positive side of this card, that even though it seems quite negative, and it does this card tends to have a little bit more negative interpretations for sure when we've been feeling left down. When I first look at these together, instantly the tarot reader, the things I read and studied in the books, it wants me to read what I just said to you. My next instinct was like, oh, what if he's a widower? I'm confused here. Being someone losing their spouse it's kind of a rare thing, so there might be some of you that he might have been a widower, but what I'm feeling is this is going to be, I'm ready to put it back here. I feel there's PTSD here. I think this is a betrayal, and when there's a lot of emotional hurt here. I think this person here is dealing with PTSD, and I think if you're a person who's got a lot of love and a lot of light in your heart, you can deal with this. There's no pussyfooting around people like this. You need to research, find out about PTSD, and then you find about them and what their triggers are, and if they're really cool and open to what's happening in the relationship, you say, hey, what's your triggers? Is there anything, if they're that intense with their with having PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I hate that word disorder when it comes to, I have PTSD myself. So I find when the 3 years ago when it was really, really bad, I would just say, hey dude, these are my triggers. And I would, and I'm just hanging out with my buddies that haven't hung out with me in a while, I would just tell them and everybody was cool about it. You just have to be open it and just be nonchalant. And it's easy to deal with. I found anyway. This is a triumph of logic over emotion. And this does represent, of course, feeling hurt inside and feeling let down. I think this has to do a lot with accepting his own feelings and getting to the heart of the situation, and needs to sort things out. Going into this one right here, it makes me curious, because this one, at any given time, the person can actually, like, they're not bound very tight. At any given time, they can take off these bindings, these restrictions, you know. I think they're feeling very vulnerable. This card represents a card of waiting to be rescued. And that is what's going to pop up a lot of this one, because they have scattered ideas and no direction sometimes. This guy's a good guy. Like, he's got, when he if he wants to build a house, he can build a house for you, dude. If you want an atrium, he'll build you an atrium. Not for the lack of focus or want or drive. He has all of that. But there's certain things when it comes to his heart, or what is triggering his PTSD, whether it was a loss or it's PTSD, it could have been post-traumatic from a previous relationship. It can happen to men too. A friend of mine, his wife was actually emotionally abusive. He actually said to me, she has me convinced that I can't live alone. And I'm like, did you hear what you just said out loud? He goes, yes. And I'm like, okay. She has me convinced I can't do anything on my own. I'm like, you just said that out loud. Like, how? Like, can I take your man card from you? The hell. Sorry where I was going with that. At any given time, he can release these bandages and take off the blindfold. I believe in this case, when we're talking about vulnerability and sensitivity, I don't think this is a person that is going to be using you as to cohabitate, to find their balance. I believe meeting you is going to be their healing. Meeting you is going to be a breath of fresh air, and having no idea that he can ever feel this way or feel this way again. You are going to be a healing for him that is going to pierce him from every direction. It's going to be very, very, very cool. And he has no idea. Now with this one here, with the Eight of Pentacles, this is a dedicated man. His perseverance always pays off. He has painstaking attention to detail. He's very receptive. He's not a boring person whatsoever. This represents discipline and knowledge, dedication, patient production, and also represents perfectionism as well. When he works, he gets right down in the nitty-gritty. He has such detail with him. You can tell how he dresses, in his shoes and his pants, how he does his hair. There's a lot of detail. Even if he's dressing like a casual sloppy, you know, having just a hoodie on with, but look at his shoes. Check out his shoes. That's all I got. I'm getting a weird thing that's just saying check his shoes. Like, they're clean. Like, even if he has like Converse on, they're clean. If he's got, you know, brown patent leather shoes on, $300 shoes, they're spotless. Like, he's got style. Definitely. This is about widening his perspective on the world, and he loves doing that. He might have a lot of books or a lot of Kindle books, or he likes to watch YouTube and constantly like learn new things. How to build a an archway for a rose vine for you for Mother's Day. You'll YouTube it and you'll have it built by Mother's Day. I mean, he's that type of cool guy. He totally believes that the more love that he puts into his work, that the more that is just to expand his own life, his relationships, that he has it at work from, he believes that everything he does in life affects everything else. And there's a lot of love and everything that goes into everything he likes to touch. A hammer in the tarot card is a hammer of precision. And there's only, I think, one other card that has a hammer in it, and he's not hammering something down, but he's about to hammer something up. It's about being precise. Now, the antelope spirit, his life is speeding up. You could feel that I think this is an older cat. Whether you're younger, the same age, or older, it doesn't matter to him. He's just feeling like, I'm getting older now. I think it's time for me to settle down. Rebirth is assured when he meets you. The healing that is coming on is going to be really, really cool. It's interesting. There's blockages here at the bandage, and then the bats don't see very well. It's interesting. I think you're going to be a really big eye-opener for him and able to like pull those off and pull those down and away for him. He's going to be able to reclaim his power with the panther spirit. And miracles between you two are going to be endless with the cow spirit. There's a lot of love. Hold on to your vision. Adjustments are required. And answers you need are coming. And he has been praying for an answer for a while. And if this cat does have PTSD, then the answers in a need are coming and make perfect sense, because he's going to be reclaiming his power through the healing that he has with you. Okay? There's going to be some adjustments in his life if he's going to need to go to that next step of healing, and you're going to be there for him. And I feel that those of you that are just, or were fine with dealing with someone with PTSD or some past hurts, even if it has to do with a past relationship, I believe that the ones who pulled this card, it's for a reason. If you are dealing with someone with who's a widower or PTSD, could have PTSD because of the loss of his wife, you know. You have so much love in your heart. I believe you have a lot of extra to give someone else. And this person is not going to be a burden for you. I feel you're not taking on a burden. You're not taking on another child. Your love and the friendship you guys have together is healing for him. More than likely healing for you too. Passion card. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And that would go with this here too. And rebirth is assured. He needs to be okay and know that he can release his passions and allow his heart and soul to sing with joy. What he's going to find with you. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal from the past, you experience more love in your present moments. He does have some healing to go through. I think he's done about good 70, 80, 90% of it. And the last little step is you can never let go of memories. They're always going to be there, and you can't always choose when they're going to come back, but you can choose your future. You can choose your future memories. You are such a gift to him. And I just want to stop and say thank you. If you don't know him already, and even if you know what, just thank you. That's really, really cool. Let's pull the 3 rune cards here for you. He's a giant, man. He's amazing. He's enchanting. It says fruitful projects. I thought even ghost builder. Calculations, a risk of, okay. Good luck to be gathered before unexpected development. The protection card comes up. Gateway. This is new doors opening. And this is breakthrough. Constraint. Constraint means a difficult lesson, destiny, need, strong but compulsory ties. He has agitation, rebellion. Sometimes he has a solitude, but he's searching for the essential and the love. And what he's asked for is he's going to receive with you. The day and the light, the changing, beginnings, new cycles, fortune. This is the marriage card, intrigue. So with romantic feelings and passion, we pulled the marriage rune card. It's a breakthrough of the gateway. He has finally walked through and released his constraint. Wow, those all went together awesomely. 3, 4 out of 5 went together. Amazing. 5 out of 5, holding on to your vision. I really want to thank you again. And it's been an honor to read this for you, actually. If you want a little bit more insight, a little bit more inspiration, what you could do for this relationship is your journey. I'm going to include in the link below, and it's called Your Journey Toward Your Future Spouse, and it could give you some more insight and some more answers towards this this journey. Or don't pick the same ring. You know, it could mean something different. It's another pick a card. Thank you so very much for watching, and I hope you really have a kick-ass time with this guy. And his PTSD doesn't affect him all the time. I just want you to know that. It's only on occasion, but he needs to be with someone with a lot of love and a lot of kindness, and that's going to be you. All right, thank you so very much for watching.